Hello, baseball fans. This is James Scott, and this is the Baseball Show. Today, we will be previewing the Baltimore Orioles before the season. This will be the first part in a 5-part series, starting on the AL East and then working our way around the league. Here we go.
So, what is the biggest issue or biggest thing that we should know about the Orioles?
The biggest issue is their division. They're in the AL East, which is the most dangerous division in all of baseball. They got the Yankees, the Rays, the Red Sox. The Blue Jays are now getting better too. All competing for playoff spots. Even with the extra wild card, it doesn't look like the Baltimore Orioles are going to be doing well this year or next year.
Whoa, James, really?
Yeah. They do have some players in the minor leagues, but they're not going to contribute immediately. The players that they have at the big leagues that are good are not enough to build an offense around. And their pitching, they had a bunch of pitching stars that were supposed to be aces at the big league level by now, but they rushed them. They brought them up before they were ready. Guys like Jake Arrieta, Chris Tillman, Brian Matus, who I was sure was going to become a good major league pitcher. But now that he's absolutely doing nothing, none of them are really doing anything. The only one who's shown some talent in that rotation of people they brought through the minor leagues was Zach Britton, who was a rookie as of last year. He showed a lot of promise, pretty good fastball, I have to do a little more scouting on him to see if he's got that repetitive arm injury that causes Tommy John surgery later in careers. But other than them, they don't really have much going for them. Oh, except the best catcher, the future best catcher in the game, Matt Waiters. He's a kid you want to watch. He's going to hit for average. He's going to hit for power. He's already one of the best defensive catchers in the major leagues.
So, you just said he's one of their best players. Are there others?
Nick Markakis is very consistent. Hits for an okay batting average. Replicates his numbers every single year. Roughly 25 home runs, roughly 90 RBIs, 180 hits. Average defender out in right field, but he's a gamer. He'll go in and give you 150 games every single season. Adam Jones also, who plays center field next to him. A lot of talent, a lot of young promise. He's been in the majors for a few years. It feels like he's been around forever, but he's still very young. He's about to be entering his prime. The only thing I'm worried about him, because he's got speed, he's got power, he's got all the 5 tools that all these scouts talk about. The only problem with him is he still hasn't learned how to walk. And if you go through your prime and you don't know how to walk, when you get later in your career and your bat speed starts slowing down, you're going to be out of the leagues before you can say goodbye.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anybody else good on the team? Is that it?
They have a few solid guys.
Pitchers? We already talked about that.
There were a few solid guys. J.J. Hardy, maybe. He's a very good defensive shortstop. He hits for a lot of power, not much average. But other than those are the guys. That's it.
And future prospects?
Oh, prospect-wise, they've got these 2 really good prospects. Got a shortstop prospect, Manny Machado. He's all the way down below A-ball, though, so he's not going to be in the majors for a while. However, he is ranked on MLB.com's rankings of prospects in the top 10. He's got a little bit of speed, a lot of power. Scouts compare him to A-Rod, but it's hard to compare anyone to A-Rod, who's arguably the best player of our generation. He's 6'3", 190 pounds, so people think he's going to fill out and eventually have to move over to third, like A-Rod had to. And the other prospect I was referring to is a pitching prospect. They got him in last year's draft, Dylan Bundy. His brother is also in the system. His older brother, I think his name's Robert Bundy. Not nearly as talented as Dylan. In Dylan's high school years, right before he was drafted, he struck out twice the amount of the innings he pitched, and he only walked something like 4 batters, which is unheard of in any league, whether it be high school, college, whatever. So he should actually be moving fairly quickly through the system, given that he's a pitcher and his body's almost completely developed. But those are their big 2. They got this guy Jonathan Shoup also. I think that's his name. He's an infielder. I don't really know much about him because he's a B prospect, and with other teams' minor league systems, I only check their like top prospects, B plus or higher.
Cool. Well, you might have broken the hearts of a lot of Orioles fans out there, but it sounds like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm sorry, Orioles fans. The good thing though is your GM. I think it was your GM at least. He reorganized the system. I believe I'm not even sure if it was him. I think it was just the organization. They sent all the scouts. They reassigned the scouts. All of the scouts that I believe were scouting, for other teams when other teams were going to come to town. They reassigned them all, and depending on where they reassign them, is going to basically be the difference between whether the Orioles are going to do really good a few years down the road or really bad. If they reassign all of those scouts to find talent, the people they're going to be able to develop and draft through their system is going to be unlike any other system. They could have the best minor league system in the game in 3 years. Of course, if I'm wrong and they reassign them to other areas, they also could probably have one of the worst systems in the major leagues. Kind of like the way the Astros are now, but that's another segment. As always, this is James Scott, and this is the Baseball Show. Have a nice weekend, guys.